Okay, as promised, we're next going to take a trip, at least mentally, if not physically. We're going to be talking about Aurinkomatkat, a Finnish well-known brand for creating services and kind of experiences all over the world. My kind of personal interest in Aurinkomatkat was raised much highly this year as I was working on the Grand One jury of trying to award the best mobile application this year. And Aurinkomatkat app pretty much convinced us as a jury of excellent work and kind of a good fit to the kind of what can be achieved with mobile applications in the first place and kind of taking full advantage. So I was very interested about here the story of Aurinkomatkat application and how Aurinkomatkat has been developing their digital business, which has been quite under when the whole business has been under turmoil. So I please like to welcome two speakers from Aurinkomatkat, team leader and senior manager Ilari Pohjola and sales manager Elina Martikainen. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Yes. So we are Ilari and Elina from Aurinkomatkat, and to put it in very short, our team responsibility area in Aurinkomatkat is online sales and digital service development. Today we're gonna talk things that what we have done, especially in the area of digital service development. We will share some learnings, what we have learned along the way, and these are our learnings, but of course we hope that they will benefit the audience as well. This is a picture of our very first e-commerce site 15 years ago. Your eyes are bleeding now, but then I fast forward 15 years. Nothing has happened. No. Actually, pretty much has happened. First online bookings were done 15 years ago, and nowadays over 85% of our business is online. So there's a huge change in customer behavior over the past 15 years. Actually, you don't think that quite often, but Aurinkomatkat.fi has or is actually nowadays one of the biggest e-commerce sites in Finland. Last year, online revenue was 175 million euros, or even a bit more. And I guess there's probably 4 or 5 sites that are bigger than Aurinkomatkat.fi measured by revenue. When we develop digital services, we often view things through customer journey. We of course target the seamless customer experience also in digital touchpoints, and this is like very high level picture of the customer journey. If you go clockwise, there's streaming, planning, booking, preparing for the holiday, departure, at the destination, returning back, and then recalling the holiday. And when it comes to Aurinkomatkat.fi, we have done a lot of development, especially in the areas of streaming, planning, and booking phases during past 2 years. I show you one very concrete and recent examples. We sell package holidays, but we also have a dynamic city break product. And through the customer feedback, analytics, user testings, we knew that we had a big challenge that how customers can easily search and book city breaks, and then we started to make hypotheses, start doing prototypes. We went to airport. We asked customers to come to our office, and we took the prototypes further. We went live the 1st of June with new city break holiday search, and the impact on sales was happening immediately. So basically after 1st of June, our sales for this product it's currently 4 times bigger than before this implementation, and at this time frame we haven't done anything else for this product. This is the only change that we have done. again, it's a good example of how you can first improve the customer experience, which directly affects to your business. Then let's move to application.
Good morning, everybody. Also, my behalf, and thanks, Lassi, for the kind words about the mobile application of Aurinkomatkat. So this is how it looked like. We released our first MVP version about 2 years ago, and now we have already 90,000 users for this application, which is quite a lot, since this is not an open application for everybody, but it's exclusively serving our customers who are about to travel. So as Ilari already mentioned about the customer journey, as our site has a position in a dreaming and planning stage, our mobile app has a position especially when it comes to the preparing, but mostly on the time when people are traveling. When we started to develop our application, we realized that we had a huge gap in our digital customer experience when it comes to the phase when people are traveling. So it was obvious decision that we are not going to sell holidays through the applications, but we are instead focusing on especially the experience, what is happening on a holiday. And for you to have a deeper understanding what we are doing with the application, I will shortly tell you about the features that we created and designed. So first of all, I don't know for you, but for me, one of the most exciting things is waiting for holiday to come. So basically on our holiday calendar, you will be seeing how many days there will be until you travel. For the many Finnish consumers, the holiday to the beach destination is one of the things that they have been waiting for a year. So it's a big happening for them. Holiday calendar is also about the information. So it easily brings you all the details that you need for planning your trip. So you can see the flight details, transportation details, and everything from the holiday calendar. And it gives you also very good tips for each day of your holiday. Also, we wanted to make some business out of this. Since we are not selling holidays, but still we realized that people want to experience a lot during their travel, so we brought excursions here on sale. And this used to be like pen and paper business. So basically, if you were on a holiday, you needed to go to visit the destination guide to buy an excursion. So basically, it meant that you needed to have a time on a clock and meet the person in place and then buy excursion with the cash. So no more hassling around with the cash and timetables, so excursions can be easily bought anywhere or anytime during the day. So basically when you're having your martini at the pool, same time you can browse and buy your excursions. Also, what is very good improvement is the digi-ticket, what you get right after you have done the purchase. So you don't need to meet anybody. So everything is digitalized here in the application. But people are also willing to explore and see things by themselves. They are not everybody is not in a way willing to intend to the excursions or going around with other people. So one of the things that we realized when we designed our application is that we need to bring the information there at hand to guide people also when they're exploring places themselves. So basically our destination personnel has been collecting a huge amount of the information and content into this application. And everything is usable offline. So when you're downloading the app, you will have all these hand-picked tips and kind of a good information at hand all the time. We also wanted to brought maps here, so all the tips that we are offering are easily accessible also from the map. So basically, you don't need to go out from our application to use some other kind of map application. So it's very easy for our customers to see what to do. And if our information is not offering good good enough, or there is not all the things that you need, we wanted to also bring our destination guides into the application. So basically, even before you travel, you are able to chat with our destination guides, and also during the travel. So basically, we opened a gateway where you have a possibility to ask anything what you want for the experts who are in the destination. So basically, this is what we are doing with our app. But how did we end up here? Is a question, of course, what you want to maybe hear when designing a services. This is not something that we realized ourselves. And maybe you have heard a buzzword about customer-centric thinking. But this is exactly what we are doing. So we have spent lots of hours by investigating the needs of our customers. We have met them, we have interviewed them, we have made a service. But with that, we could have noticed the needs, what the customers had. And that brought us to this concept, and of course everything was tested. As Tom said, that everything needs to be tested, and all the attributes come from the people. Maybe perhaps in the future also from the AI side, but in our cases we always want to test our services with our customers, so we know that we are serving them, that they are not only servicing our purposes. So basically, in our app case, we have done lots of customer testings in authentic surroundings. So we are traveling to the destinations. We are kind of interrupting our customers' holidays, but they are there, and we want them to feel it authentically in the destination. So then we can have like a real kind of the feedback how this could improve the service at the destination. But we are not only doing this kind of the one-off testings, but we are doing ongoing validation all the time. And how we do that, we are measuring our digital customer experience all the time, and also from the open comments, we are picking up the most reasonable ones and bringing them to the backlog. So we will always take our next steps based on the customer needs. But this is basically what we have done with the app, with the quite good results, and I will give the speech back to the Ilari.
Yeah, we have got pretty nice results. Sales-wise, last year plus 25% sales increase online. Then we measure digital customer satisfaction in the mobile application, and in the Aurinkomatkat FI scale is 1 to 5, and this is basically the combined customer satisfaction of our digital services. We started way below 4, and now we are in 4.2 out of 5. Then when we started planning the application, our dream was that could we actually improve the whole customer experience with the help of digital service, and we have done that. We measure the holiday as a whole customer satisfaction. It will be measured after holiday, and we have investigated that does it have any effect if you have used the app or you have not used the app, and there is clear difference. The positive difference for those people who have used the app in all age groups, in all the destinations what we have. Then, Aurinkomatkat has gone through a huge transformation in the recent years. We are now back in the market leader position, and of course we have got nice prizes in the competitions like Red Dot and Grand One. But this was not really the case a couple of years ago. I am sorry that these are now in Finnish, but these are direct customer feedback, so I didn't start to translate, and how can you even translate heitti koko ajan ulos perkele. So, but this is from where we started, and the learning part, what we have learned along the way. Like Elina said already, this is probably the like big shift what we have done, that the customer needs are the #1 guideline and priority for our work. And what it means in concrete, it means that like you see in the picture, Elina is testing application nearby the pool and nice things like that. But for us, it means really, really practical things, like measuring the customer satisfaction, reading thousands of open feedbacks from the customers, continuous prototype testing, etc. Like really, really practical things. And this sounds so obvious. Like, isn't everybody doing this? And my experience is that not everybody is doing this. And what could be the reason behind that? My theory is that because the things that raise from the direct customer feedback doesn't usually look good on PowerPoint slides. That might be the reason. It is so much easier to do something more fancy than solve the actual customer pain points. This is the thing that I could debate for hours, because I know this is really, really difficult thing in many organizations. But don't always ask when it will go live, because that is the wrong question. You should ask that how good it will be and what kind of impact it will eventually bring. And I am sure that you all have seen this picture, but this just illustrates the problem so well. There is some artist has started to draw probably horse and started from leg and tail. They are good, and then somebody has said that finish it now. It has to be ready now, and then the end result is crap, basically. So it is the same thing with digital services. When you start doing something really, really big and complex, you have no way of estimating that how when it will go live. Or if you do that, you will most probably compromise with the end result. Believe in data. We are now in data-driven design days, so I think I can skip this topic quite fast, but I think many people believe in data here. But this is this famous picture of highest paid person's opinion overruling the data. But still, I have the feeling that in some organizations there's problem with this topic. Maybe the reason is that sometimes data is a good friend as long as it supports your opinion, but immediately when it's showing something else, it's not supporting your opinion or your agenda. It might come a problem, and this is a thing that I think people should be really, really sensitive and understand, what's happening in mind.
Well, also about the digital services, they are not only some kind of the nice apps or some kind of the nice web pages. Usually they grieve lots of bigger things to do, bigger transformation behind it. And the digital service is usually only the top of the iceberg, but customers see. But what's happening in a background is much more huge than the doing the kind of the UI itself. In our case, when we are coming to the app, you just saw that we are selling the excursions, and we have added some information there, and it has a nice design. But what we have done behind it is like a huge process changes and huge transformation. If you are thinking about the customer in the other end, and then on the other end there is this kind of the small Greek island excursion supplier, how we can cover all this, all the processes in between. So basically, we have done a huge efforts to renew our processes, doing lots of digitalization in the systems. As I told, that there was pen and paper from where we started like a few years ago, and now all the journey in behind has been digitalized. Also, the role of the destination guides work has been transferred very much during the past years. So you need to think when you're starting to designing a digital service that you are not only doing the service itself, but you need to think it like much more wider. But in this case, I think that we have done it very well, since there is still some battles that we need to win. For example, if you're thinking about the countries like Cuba, maybe digitalization is kind of the word that they're hearing, but they don't know what it really means. But still, in this kind of the world around businesses, the transformation and convincing the partners that you are working with is in a very important role.
Then the last, and I would say that most important thing, helping get good result and success is doing together as a team. I mean, we are here with Elina at the stage today, but there's a great team behind this. Hopefully watching online, and then there's actually in the audience there's Teemu, Mira, and Eero. Actually, can you stand up, please? Can we have a big round of applause to the team? Yeah. Because it's really the team that has done the results for us. Our team, there's plus 20 members. We have a lot of variance in the team. I mean, we have designers, developers, we have product owners, we have analysts, we have professionals of content, and all kinds of skills in the team. Then we have people who have been at Aurinkomatkat 3 months. We have people who have been at Aurinkomatkat 30 years. So there's a lot of use and knowledge of the business and customers. We are in same physical location most of the time, and we have learned that it really helps. It really helps. And then the decision making is broad where the best knowledge is. So we try to avoid big hierarchy or big steering groups and try to keep it like really flat and lean. We have common goals as a team, and I would say that we have extraordinary strong culture of doing together. So you can really trust that you will get support from the colleague. Our people experience is 4.6 out of 5 as well, yeah. And what has happened, it's more nice to read this kind of feedbacks. The tone of the feedback is mainly positive nowadays. Of course, there are things, and we are not ready, and we will continue the work. But there is a clear difference in the tone of the customer feedback. I think this was it. We have still some holidays left for the winter, so please go Aurinkomatkat FI, book, and then download the app. Thank you.